Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation on the current state of solid waste generation in New York City. My name is Roshan Jain, and I'm here with my teammates Sithara Karunakaran and Nidhishant Dixit from the University at Buffalo State University of New York to present our submission for the 2019 Global Analytics Competition. The purpose of the study is to use Tableau to understand and draw insights about the total waste generated and investigate on the current state of solid waste, including recyclables, organics, and its impact on population and budget in New York City. The main objective of the project is to identify any alarming situation, raise awareness, and suggest better alternatives to combat this growing issue. So, we all know the human race is growing at a very fast pace of approximately 100 million per year, but the Earth still has the same space. So, as we see in this graph, we can see there's a continuous increase in population and it is expected to reach up to 9 billion in 20 years. Let's switch to the Tableau dashboard now for a better visualization. If you notice the graph on the right hand side of the screen, which is the global municipal solid waste generation projection, we can see that the world generated 2 billion metric tons of solid waste in the year 2016, which is expected to almost double by the year 2050. So these numbers are quite upsetting since it will impact the society we reside in and the environment we survive in. Now let's see if you are living in one of the countries that is generating the most waste. So as seen from the graph in 2017, India, China, and the United States were the major contributors in generating solid waste worldwide. So no wonder these three countries process a huge chunk of the world's global area. A strange thing noticeable though from the graph is there is a big difference in the garbage generated by the United States and Russia, who share almost the same population density. The United States, being a superpower and a developed country, continues to be the biggest contributor of solid waste, although it is not the most populated country in the world. Now, since the US is generating the most amount of waste, let's see which city is the number one culprit. Meanwhile, keep a track if you're living there. New York City ranks number one in the US and surprisingly number one in the world as the most waste generating city. As seen from the simple infographics, in the year 2018, New York City produces 12,260 metric tons per day. In a day, each person contributes 2.9 pounds of garbage per day, and 15.6 tons of garbage is accumulated within a kilometer square of the city area. Switching back to the New York City Tableau dashboards, let's understand how New York City is managing their waste facilities. This dynamic graph shows us the tree map of various waste processing facilities in all five New York City boroughs: Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. The recyclable count towards the most number of facilities. The composting facilities are still few inside the city and are dependent on upstates. The population of New York City and its constituting boroughs has been on rise, which hugely impacts the New York City Department of Sanitization in managing and controlling the garbage budget and their operations. Now let's dive deep in the budget of operations in managing waste around New York City by Department of Sanitization in the last 5 years. In a favorable scenario, it is expected the city moves towards producing less garbage and should show a decline in the allocation of budget, as seen from the dynamic graph starting from the year 2013. With increase in population, there has been a proportional increase in the budget. The budget is now divided into two program areas: personal services and other personal services. Over the years, the need for personal services has increased in demand, shifting from 37% to 60% of the total allotted budget. So, this increase emerges from a need to assign more field supervisors and plan to close the fresh kill landfills. The budget represents approximately 2.4% of the city's total budget. A continuous increase in budget might require citizens should shed more tax money in the future. Let's look at how much the facilities of the five boroughs have collected metal, glass, plastic, paper, refuse ton, and organics from the year 1993 to 2018. We have seen a fair increase in tonnage of garbage collection and awareness among people to recycle. The low collection yellow region turns red. as the years progress, showing us a significant increase in awareness among people to segregate and curb the waste. From this, we can infer that Manhattan ranks 1 in producing per kilometer square 6 tons of recycle and 20 tons of refuse per day, while Staten Island ranks number 1 in producing per person of 0.54 pounds of recycle and 2.12 pounds of refuse ton per day. Brooklyn tops in producing per day of 478 tons of recycle and 2,234 tons of refuse every day. Coming to the conclusion, so we know there is a need for regular audits should take place at waste disposal estates to improve prevention of material loss. Every detail of waste needs to be captured, which would lead to accurate data on arising tonnage and transport. So this would help in building more transparency. Education promotional materials should be supplied at industries or institutes to increase individual awareness and educate people about the best practices that are used to reduce waste. Learning from other countries. Having been already established around the world, in Maharashtra, India, the government is taking steps to extract fuel from plastic. Furnaces are being set up to incinerate 1,000 to 1,500 tons of plastic daily for that purpose. In Kwinana, Australia, giant nets are being put across wastewater pipes to capture trash before it reaches the city's waterways. And in 6 months, the nets have captured 370 kg of waste. Reduction of garbage with the help of solar powered garbage bins that automatically compress the amount of garbage. Such prototypes are being used in China and are beginning to show results. Being said, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.